What a putrid offering. Don't fight. You have been chosen. Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey. I wonder why I still take these things. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again. Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries. A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I used to be an avid reader. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
police do their work. Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You seen how old this thing is?
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. Oh, yeah. It's a son.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real big.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well. I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew then.
I've got
Anything?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around.
Why not?
First off, the sailors from around here say you can hear screams.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its own, but I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
What you looking at, stranger?
The clientele is pretty...
Tell me something I don't know.
I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb. Let me drink, stranger.
Do you like our song?
We may not be pros, but we give...
That's true. It's a reminder of the time.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the...
You could say that, yes.
Until the last, the biggest.
One of them are...
Exact.
I've never heard this song.
Only people from here.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say.
That catch saved...
Where's...
We're the proof. Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have...
It's true. Everything
What report?
The one that's framed right by our grandparent.
And it was just...
I bid you farewell.
Good night.
So long.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting. A souvenir from a more prosperous fishing equipment. Could do with some rust removal. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck. I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat. Broken. This place seems half abandoned. These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins, but that's all I'll get from them. This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous...
So where did the Hawkins family get it?
Well, from what Charles although these dates on them...
With whom? I was looking at your photograph.
Ah, yes, I can see that.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but...
And for good reason. That's my father.
Your father?
John Fitzroy. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yeah. Us men of the sea are super.
I examined its wound.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on dock, and already you think...
The police took the decision to put the...
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death. The miraculous catch. Is it a local?
Not at all. It's an episode from our Gloria. Go read the story of the saint. It's displayed on a wall.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain...
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I prefer if you...
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shice...
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm looking for warehouse 30...
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
I don't have time to... I'm investigating the death.
You're right. It belonged to Charles.
I see. That explains those. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to... Can you tell...
Look, I've already shown it to you. It's the one with the cop on guard duty out front. You can't miss it.
Understood. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Why, you could tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
He's the patron saint of Wales.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the...
There's you, our beloved Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be...
Quieter.
What brings you to Dark?
The two guys behind you.
The bootleggers.
They're protecting their territory.
They really don't have a choice. They're more scared of Cat than an...
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't...
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your
What do you mean by...
You wouldn't be looking down at
St. Brendan. He protect until those assholes
peculiar house.
Yeah, that's what...
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that...
Isn't it a bit early?
We got nothing better.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but...
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
Well, see...
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins...
That's true.
So...
Who's asking the question?
What more can you say about the death of the...
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't... They were all burnt to death, right?
The whole mansion went up in...
Don't get it into your head to go wandering...
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and he can be unpredictable. Especially if a...
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do you...
Damn stupid idiots. Come on, you can tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's gonna be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact.
I don't give a damn about your
And we don't give a damn about you.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filtered.
I don't know what you're talking...
You got no proof to back up your claims. And I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Well, what...
Did you miss us?
I have an offer that could interest you. I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you... What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help?
There's only one thing that'll get us to...
For sure. Bring us something that...
I'll be back.
Take your time. We're...
There's something coming. Something real bad.
What can I get you?
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours.
How much for a bottle of whiskey?
$5.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
That'll be all for now.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
So, have you got...
Look what I've got.
You're a good guy, you. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you sell your stuff at
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out, and anyone who doesn't respect my rules.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe... Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. It's okay now. Please.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
My tongue got ahead of my senses. Or something like that. Hey, tell him to calm down.